Hi guys, I'm back with my bullet journal for a change, and I'm just going to do a bit of an update video and talk about some things that have happened and then share how I've set this up, because this is a new bullet journal to me. So if you've watched my last video or you've seen some of the things that have been going around social media, you will realise that I had a bit of a disaster. A can of Coke exploded in my bag and it ruined my bullet journal completely, and another planner as well, and it left me a little bit shaky, I think is the nice way to put it. My bullet journal is where I record everything. Everything goes in here, and then I use this to kind of like plan different bits of my life and how things are going. So to suddenly not have it was a real issue for me personally. It happened at work, and I didn't really have anyone at work who would understand, so I posted in the ElliebethDesigns group on Facebook, and there were so many people who shared such supportive comments that it made me feel kind of not quite so alone, and lots of people offered to send different things, and I was like, it was just emotionally overwhelming to have so much support from a lot of people that I don't really know. And that's one of the things I really like about the Elliebeth group. So I kind of was in this, I was kind of prepared to kind of move on. I'd ordered a new notebook, but it wouldn't be here till the end of May. So I was kind of making do with some inserts in my traveller's notebook. Not ideal. I've been using an insert for 10 days now, and I'm over halfway through it already, which is why I don't use inserts as a bullet journal. But that's that. Rachel, who is the owner of ElliebethDesigns, reached out to me privately and said that she would like to gift me a notebook. She felt it was something she would like to do. She had a lot of them that she wasn't using, and she wanted them to be used by someone who would get the most out of them. And I didn't really feel I could turn down that offer, because Rachel was such a lovely person, and at that moment I was going, I really need something. So selfishly I said yes. So thank you very much, Rachel. This is an actual official bullet journal. This isn't just a Leuchtturm notebook. This is the official thing as well. So I have set this up using a lot of setup pages, which is unusual for me. I've done a lot of sort of general pages at the beginning. I've started my June setup in this as well. All of which I will go through in a moment. But this is definitely going to be a very cherished bullet journal because of where it's come from and why it was sent to me. So again, Rachel, if you're watching this, thank you very much. So the official bullet journal has some slight differences to Leuchtturm notebook, which I'm sure you've seen, but I'm going to share anyway. First of which is you have a key at the beginning, which you can use to record your signifiers and your bullets and things. It has tips and tricks at the front and also at the back for how to do things. The index page, you get 4 of them, and they don't have the page numbers, it's just 3 lines, which I quite like. Then you have set out future log pages for future planning. I've actually done a full proper future log. I kind of just divide the page up and write the month. But I'm in the process of trying to change slightly how I plan things, so I'm hoping to make this last a bit longer. And I needed some form of future planning system, so I think this is called the Alistair method. As things come in, I can just mark the month and what it is, basically. I'm kind of slightly proud of myself for drawing out my monthly calendars at the top, because it's something I always aim to do, but I never do. It just seems like too much faff. But then I carefully forgot to write all the months with them. So it is July, August, September, October, November, December, which kind of goes with these. I haven't done anything beyond that yet. I may do something sort of for the next academic year as things start coming in, or just 2019. I don't really know yet, but I've just left those for now. Then we get into sort of my general pages. So this one is for self-care ideas. It is something that I probably need to get a little bit better at looking after myself, rather than just working a lot at the moment, and doing things I would really like to do, like read books more often, or just sit and do nothing, or do more quilting, or sit out in the sun and enjoy the warmth. I don't know. Just having a little bit more time for me. So I'm going to put some ideas on there. I have put it out to the Instagram world, but if you've got any suggestions of things that you do to take care of yourself, please leave them below. I have a checkout page for movies, TV shows, books that I kind of want to look into or go and see, just because I thought it'd be useful to have somewhere recorded. My recurring tasks / appointments every week, which I've started filling in already. I just thought it'd be helpful to have these as kind of like a stock record, because then I can go, well, actually Wednesday's always a quiet day, so why don't I try and do something specific then? Or I don't know, I just thought I'd do it and then see if I use it. This is slightly this is a goal setting spread, inspired by Boho Berry, which was inspired by Lisa Jacobs, on sort of quarterly goals and things to do, and I thought it'd be quite a nice thing to try and take stock of where I am and what I want to do over the next few months. I honestly am not quite sure what I'm going to put in it yet, or even if I'll fill it up, so we'll see, but the intention is there, and I feel that's half the point. Then we have just a tracking page for social media, because I haven't tracked it before, and I thought it would be interesting given that I've just crossed the 500 barrier on Instagram and YouTube, just to see how things go, just out of curiosity more than anything else. So yeah, so those are my sort of general pages that start off my bullet journal. Then we got on to June. Now, I have put in a lot more monthly pages than I normally put in my monthly setup for June. I have done a lot of stickers on my monthly setup. I have heavily taken my inspiration from Natalie at Crafting Out Loud, who used a sticker kit from Rachel's for the whole of her month of May, and it's incredible. And I don't have anywhere near that artistic talent, but I kind of feel I put down stickers in a way that I'm like, so that's what I'm going with. I don't really do cover pages for months in my bullet journal, but I do like the idea of having a monthly contents page. So I did it in my last journal. It's something I'm trying to do, just so I can go, oh yeah, this is just that month, and look at it in isolation rather than to have to flick back and forward all the time. So that's that. So let's get into June. So here we have my sort of initial overview / dashboard for the month. I've done a full habit tracker. I have used stickers from the monthly kit and the monthly extras from Rachel's shop, which is the unicorns kit. I have used some other unicorn themed stickers, but I will let you know when we get that far through. So these header strips are designed to go in the Erin Condren. I have used those kits for monthly views in most of my other planners, as I'm sure you're aware by now. But I've never used one in my bullet journal, so I thought it was time to give it a go, and I really like how it's turned up. So that's that at the top. Habit tracker with things that I'm just kind of curious when I do them in the month, how frequently I do things, rather than just tracking them. It's more of kind of like an information gathering month, June at the moment. I've got space for notes at the bottom, and this is kind of going to be like goals, things I'm going to do throughout the month, maybe, or something I just want to get done this month. Haven't quite decided, it's a bit of both at the moment. This is my calendar spread. Again, this is from the monthly kit, so all the date covers, the strips up here. I really like how it's turned out, and I really like the kind of staggered headers at the top. If I had an 8x10 journal still, or a B5 journal, I could probably make this fit straight across the page. So trying to make them fit in a slightly smaller journal, I was like, oh, but it's worked, and I really like how it's turned out. Happy bits. So if you've been watching my bullet planner videos, you'll see that most weeks I have a column for the good bits that have happened in the week, and I really enjoy filling those out. And even if I haven't quite got enough time on that day to do like a little bit of journaling, I will fill out my happy bit. And it might be something that's maybe small, it might be a piece of happy mail, it might be an achievement. It could just be the fact that it hasn't rained. I don't know. It varies completely, but I thought having them all in one place would be quite nice to look at the end of the month. So that's that. Here, again, a bit of information gathering really on this spread. This is a time log which I will fill in after the day has happened. This is something I've kind of done based off a few things and with a bit of inspiration from my passion planner. In the monthly review for the passion planner, one of the things is to look back through the month, look at how you spent your time and see if you're happy with it, if you want to make any adjustments. And that's the bit I always struggle with, and I think it's because you only see a week at a time, and I think seeing the whole month in one go will allow me to see much better what is going where, how my time is actually being used up. So that's my intention for that. This is just a notes page for stuff for guides, because writing things down really does help. And I thought if I do a whole month's worth on one page rather than just spreading it out as I go through the month, it will be easy to see. These stickers are obviously not from the kit, but they are from Rachel's shop. They come on in the rainbow collection. And she does scouty ones as well for all my scouty friends. This washi is not from the monthly kit. This is where I've started switching into using a flexible kit as part of my setup. So those are just decorative washi strips there to try and keep the theme going. Here I've used the checklist from the flexible kit and some washi to just create a prompts page for my scripture writing. This, I kind of feel really proud of myself. It's something I've wanted to do for about a year now, is to do some scripture writing every single day. I use the SWT Blessings prompts because it's a really nice way to kind of study aspects of the Bible around a theme. And I've actually done all of May, the whole month up until now where I'm talking. We're about halfway through the month. I've actually done every day, which is the best I've ever done. So I'm feeling really proud of myself. And it's just kind of from like a personal study point of view more than anything else at the moment. So I've created that spread to see everything in one place. And then this is for my life planned out. So I've used the event labels, skinny event labels from the flexible kit just to mark the weeks. And I'll just note down sort of video posts, blog posts as the weeks go on really. Again, so I can have everything kind of collated in one place. I'm very good at putting everything in my bullet journal, but I think I'm getting to the point where I need a little bit more reorganisation of things so that I know exactly where everything is. So that's kind of my setup really at the moment. I am going to do a plan with me in this next week or this week. I think this is going to be an extra video actually, the one I'm doing here. I think my flip through is going to be an extra video, and I'll do my plan with me as normal in my bullet journal using some very special stickers. But this, I think, is going to be, June is going to be a month of reflection, a month of information gathering to allow me to make changes, hopefully for the better. As I said, I'm having to change my planning style quite a bit just because of the way we have to change aspects at work due to GDPR and all that lovely business, which if you're not in Europe you will have no idea about, and it's just, I've had enough now. Anyway, hopefully that setup's been interesting for some of you, just see how it's going on. And I will hopefully be back at the end of the week to share my plan with me video with you guys, and in the meantime, happy planning.